It's a United States love affair with Formula One at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping końca at full hot lap speed. It's the Circuit of the Americas, and it's qualifying.
And we've been pushed down to P20.
Well, the weather is not looking good today. We're expecting the downpours to continue into today's sprint, and this will make for some very tricky conditions for all the teams. It's 10 to the left and 10 to the right. I'm not talking about a line dance, I'm talking about the corners here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and turn 12 at this anti-clockwise 3.6-mile track. But we may well see cars struggle to slow down here today as the wet weather interferes with the low-speed grip. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Isack Hadjar lines up on pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Russell, Norris, Gasly, Albon, Vesti, Leclerc, Hülkenberg, Iwasa, Fittipaldi, Doohan, Tsunoda, Ocon, Behrman, Théo Pourchaire, Sargent, and Zhou Guanyu. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have, and it's, rule number one, beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you, and yes, the cars can vary in setup from race to race and depending on who has which style, but essentially they're your barometer, the yardstick. If you can beat them, that's the first job you have to do, and it looks like it's going their way, doesn't it? And they need to carry on this momentum, this energy through the rest of the season.
Okay, how was that pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well. Okay, so heavy rainfall, here to stay for a while. Doesn't look like it's moving on anytime soon. Leading the pack, that's P1. We don't currently have the data for that request. Piastri's behind. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, we're into the last 10 laps now. Decent parking. Let's try and get a good launch as the lights go out. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
It's a United States love affair with Formula One at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping Kota at full hot lap speed. It's the Circuit of the Americas, and it's qualifying.
You're in first position, front of the pack, and we're in front of Norris, Verstappen and Gasly. The fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 30.7. You're leading the pack, that's P1. And just behind us are Norris, Gasly and Tsunoda. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1:30.7. Here are the top 5 cars as things stand. Russell, Norris, Piastri, Iwasa and Verstappen. The fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 30.9. Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
Well, you don't need me to remind you that Formula One is now so beloved in the United States that we race here 3 times a year. But let's give respect to Kota, or the Circuit of the Americas, to give it its full name. This place laid the foundations for this moment and still remains the host of the US Grand Prix. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 turns to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and turn 12 at this anti-clockwise track. It's 3.6 miles long and we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Iwasa, Verstappen, Tsunoda, Albon, Ocon, Leclerc, Fittipaldi, Hulkenberg, Behrman, Vesti, Théo Pourchaire, Sargent, Doohan, Gasly, Joe, Leclerc, and Isack Hadjar. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
Okay, we might be at the back of the grid and it's not the best place to start, but keep your chin up and push hard. It's Formula One. Anything can happen. Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap, please. We're learning the gears, so let's go through them all if you can. No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Alright, we're last of the running cars right now. Leclerc ahead. Pit window will be open in 17 laps time. Pit window opens in 17 laps. Okay, 28 laps to go. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Okay, good work. Great pass. Piastri has just set the fastest lap of the race. Push now, we're boxing this lap. First position, front of the pack. Norris behind. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Your pit window is open. Pit window currently open. And 11 laps to go. Norris is behind you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Your last lap time, 1 minute 34.0. Right, okay, last lap, 1:35.9. We had an issue attaching the right rear wheel. I know it's not ideal, but let's try and put that behind us now and get back into this race. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, Isaac, we've got more fuel in hand than we need, so let's push, and use it all up. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Okay, slow down, slow. Good work, we're in P4. That's Russell just ahead. Push for the position. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Verstappen behind you now. Okay, they're on fresh hards. The distance to the leader, 5.2 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. All right, 6 laps to go now. So we've been looking at the damage and we think we should be okay to continue. It's going to cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race. Green flag. Managing your tyres, manage your tyres. Okay, be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. enables DRS. DRS is now online. Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy. Okay mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 1.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. They're sitting in 7th. And the time last lap, 1 minute 34.5. Thank you. Thank you for all your hard work out there. That was a really strong drive and a great finish. Well done.
Kabow! At last, a winner in Formula One.
Well, it's never easy and straightforward to put a race like this together today, Crofty, in changeable weather conditions, but they did the best job out there. They used the information wisely and they stayed on the track. That was the most important thing.
Our winning drivers are on their way to the podium right now. It's been a fantastic race for McLaren, that's for sure. And no doubt, they'll be celebrating tonight. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.